Hmm. ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଆପଣ ମାନଙ୍କର ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ମୋର ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଯେ
ସାର୍।
ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କ ଭିଉଅର ଯେହେତୁ ଭେରି ବ୍ରଡ ସ୍ପେକ୍ଟ୍ରମ ରୁ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି,
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆପଣଙ୍କର କେବଳ ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଓଡିଆରେ ନା ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଇଂଲିଶରେ ନା ବୋଥ?
ସାର୍ ଇଂଲିଶରେ କାହିଁକି ନା
ଇଂଲିଶରେ
ହଁ ହଁ
ଓ ତାହେଲେ ଓଡିଶା ବାହାରେ ବି ଅଛନ୍ତି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍, ସେଥିପାଇଁ କହୁଛି ସାର୍ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ବାହାରୁ
ହଁ
ଅଛନ୍ତି।
ନା ଠିକ ଅଛି ଠିକ ଅଛି ଠିକ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ସେ ଜାଣିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଥିଲି।
ହଁ ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି ସାର୍। ଓକେ ସାର୍।
ହଉ ମତେ
ଓକେ
ମତେ କେତେ ସମୟ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି? ମୁଁ
Sir, 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, sir.
ଓକେ 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 ଠିକ ଅଛି ତାହେଲେ ମୋ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ନମସ୍କାର, ନବବର୍ଷର ଅଭିନନ୍ଦନ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ। ଆଉ ଯାହା ହଉ ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଡାଏଟ ସ୍ତରରେ ଏଭଳି ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜ କରିଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ମତେ ଶୁଣିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ଯାହା କହୁଛି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ହଁ ଠିକ ଅଛି, ତାହେଲେ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ शुरू କରିଛି ସେ ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ସେ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଦେବି ଯେ ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ବଡ ସ୍ପେକ୍ଟ୍ରମ ଲୋକ, ୟୁ ହାଭ ଇନଭାଇଟେଡ people from broad spectrum, having the background of teacher, students, people, teacher, parents, and all people concerned with the, uh, so to say, education and teacher education both. That way I feel. So we have kept the name theme of the program as parenting, schooling, and cognition. Yes. କିଛି କହୁଛନ୍ତି କି?
ସାର୍
Sir,
କୁହନ୍ତୁ ସାର୍ କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
ହଁ.
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ
We have kept the
ସାର୍
theme,
ପ୍ଲିଜ୍ ଅଡ୍ରେସ୍ ଇଟ୍।
Manali sir,
ହଁ ହଁ
you make the formalities.
ୟେସ୍ ୟେସ୍
because there is a lot of disturbance.
yes sir. Sir, let me start this session. Let me introduce you first.
Okay then, it
Okay.
is not yet. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Please
Yeah.
carry on.
Good afternoon, everybody. So, we are now
Mhm.
in the last phase of our parenting, schooling, and cognition, the national seminar, which we had started on yesterday onwards. Now, we have an eminent personality, Professor S.C. Panda sir, for our valedictory address, and I would like to um uh, I would like to request Prafulla Gochait sir of Teacher Educator Diet Mayurbhanj to introduce our guest. Please, sir.
Thank you,
Please.
Monalisa ma'am. Good afternoon, everybody. Today, exactly a great day, and we have already completed schooling, parenting, and cognition. In this special day, that means in the end part of this day, now just we have the valedictory program, and in the eve of this program, we are very much proud to have a towering, great, iconic personality who has always inspired the academic session, the academic personalities, as well as the teachers, teacher educators, lecturers, readers. None but Dr. Subhash Chandra Panda we have with us today. His all this credential is a very we have no what to describe exactly. He has completed MA, PhD, MA History, and served 10 years of service in secondary school as a teacher, science teacher. After that, his journey is icon for us. We must follow this journey, which was a great inspired journey. That was the lecture and reader in RI Mysore, and after that, professor, dean, head, and principal in RI Bhubaneswar. He has already served as SRC chairperson in Utkal University and dean education Utkal University. Has guided so many PhD scholar. I just remember the number. I think 11 or so more. Like that, I just exactly not remembering that. But by the way, he has guided so many PhD scholars, and more than 40 research publications have been and posed and came off with a great tyrant thoughts and ideas. Yeah, more than 10 mega project work have been performed by such great towering personality. Yet, after retirement, is involved with different academic consultant departments, consult organizations, and he has worked the advisor of our NIOS and NCT in New Delhi. It's a great job by him, and we are proud to have with him today in the valedictory session. And presently is associated with many academic organizations. And especially, I would like to focus his research area, that is school, community, and relationship. So I have no words to exactly deliberate about such a personality, Dr. Subhash Chandra Panda Sarji. ମୋର ପ୍ରଣାମ ଜଣାଉଛି in Odia ମୋର ପ୍ରଣାମ ଜଣାଉଛି ସାରଙ୍କୁ. With this, I want to conclude the guest respect to the great guest. I am Mr. Profula Kumar Gochha, teacher educator, Diet Morban Baribata. Sir, ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରଣାମ ଜଣାଉଛି ଏବଂ welcome କରୁଛି ଆଜିର program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Gochayat.
Sir,
Really, yes.
sorry for interrupting, sir. Sir, we have
Yes, yes.
next presentation of the seminar report, and
Mm.
this will be done by Jamaluddin sir, head of Department of Education, Alia University. Sir, please.
Right, right, right.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon to everybody. It's a privilege for me to present a short report before you regarding the national seminar on parenting, schooling, and cognition held during 10th and 11th January 2021, jointly organized by 4 institutions, namely Government Elementary Teacher Education Institution, Baripada, Odisha, Department of Education, Alia University, West Bengal, District Institute of Education and Training, Mayurbhanj, Odisha, Rajnagar College, Jharsuguda, Odisha. During in this seminar, 14 eminent speakers from different reputed institutions delivered their valuable talks. We were from Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi University, Utkal University, MSU Baroda University, North Odisha University, RI Bhopal and RI Bhubaneswar, and so on. In this seminar, 34 papers were presented by teacher educators, research scholars, students of UG and PG, and others also. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to invite if there is any feedback from the participants. If anybody want to,
Uh, Namaskar to our respected S.C. Panda sir. Namaskar to all. Respected chairperson, organizing secretary, dignitaries of the seminar, organizing committee members, paper presenters, and one of all involved in the 2 days national seminar organized by sincere effort of ITI Baripada, Diet Mayurbhanj, Rajnagar College, and Department of Education, Alia University, West Bengal. I am Jayanti Pradhan, teacher educator, Diet Khordha, and one of the paper presenter of the seminar. First of all, I am thankful to all for giving me the opportunity to participate in online seminar and listen to me patiently. You have taken the advantage of COVID-19 pandemic situation and gave us the opportunity to gain a new experience, which is good one. Starting from your planning, scheduling, organizing the program, throughout the journey you have given your best by hard working. Being a paper presenter, I can say you have given sufficient time to present the paper and also listen to others. Good parenting is always required, but in these pandemic days, we feel that how important is parenting for cognitive and also non-cognitive development. So, in this program, we have the opportunity to listen the experts from different corners regarding this schooling, parenting, and cognition, and also resolve some issues and questions that is in our mind regarding to this. The best part is that the program is live one, so we can listen to the experts' voice and also paper presenters later when we are required in the YouTube. So on behalf of all the paper presenters, again I am thankful to all the organizing members and also dignitaries. Thank you all. Namaskar.
Thank you, Jayanti ma'am. Anybody else would like to contribute to this?
Yes, ma'am, I would share my view.
Okay.
This is Shruti from Chennai. This is Shruti from Chennai. Yes, this is Shruti from Chennai. I am a MAT student. I am very much grateful for you because you have selected my paper, and I am very happy that I presented a paper with so many PhD scholars and eminent scholars. And thank you so much. I look forward for so many presentations organized by your institution. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I say
Yeah, sure.
good afternoon, one and all present here, respected respected one and all present here. I am extremely glad that I have been given the chance to share my experience with you all. At first, I would like to thank the coordinator of this seminar for organizing such a vital seminar, which is very important in today's scenario. Next, I want to thank our respected chairperson for sharing their experience and their feedback for all of us. I came to know about this seminar from one of my teacher of my institute, and after that I thought of writing on impacts of NEP 2020 on school education because it will decide the future of the whole world, because the changes made in school education are really going to help for a better future. In this national seminar, I learned a lot of things regarding the importance of parenting as it's important part of everyone's life, and parents are the very first teacher, guide, philosopher and everything for a child. Schooling is also important as how to manage the students and become an effective teacher. To understand the psychology of students, knowing about their cognitive level is of high importance. So this seminar gave me a brilliant exposure to know all these things. Once again, thanks a lot to everyone.
Thank you.
May I?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yes, please.
Good evening, everyone, and most respected SC Panda sir. My name is Tuti. I'm a student of BSc Integrated B.Ed from Regional Institute of Education NCERT. I'm glad and happy to present the paper in this national conference on cognition in parenting and schooling. Undergoing this pandemic, everyone has few or more problems facing around. The most affected sector of our field was the education field. However, virtual technological developments have made this problem uh, come forward with some solutions also. But the need for cognition arises this. Learning from the current scenario, we learn that having cognitive skills included in the parenting and schooling styles would make an effective personality development of a child. A child is to nurture. A child is to means we do develop the child. We develop the personality of the child. And as Devopriya also told that parent is the first teacher of a child. So, being the parent, first of all, there must be effective measures taken to include the parenting, include the cognitive skills in the parenting styles, and then after the inclusion of cognitive skills, cognitive development in the schooling curriculum should be there. So it was a great opportunity to share my views with you all, to make the people, to make the parent, to make the guardian aware about the importance of cognitive skills in day-to-day life. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, dear participants, for all your feedback. Now, I would like to request Professor S.C. Pandya sir, retired principal of RI Bhubaneswar, for the valedictory address. Please, sir.
Yes, thank you, Mona Lisa. I am really very much happy to be amongst you during the last part of the program. Anyway, good afternoon to everybody and happy new year to everybody also. As I understood, people are there from different parts of the country and the areas what already been discussed, that I got an idea. So when I was asked to deliver the valedictory address, I am not sure what more I can tell you in this regard. Anyway, just I will give my feelings and experience with regard to the three areas: parenting, schooling, cognition, and community relationship with regard to the particularly schools. So to start with, when we are talking about parenting, I feel we have already knew different types of parenting, etc. Somebody told the first teacher of the child. Let me tell them, let me put my feeling that they are the biological parents. But in the school, we meet the social parent, the person who takes care of the children, uh, though they are not in any way related to them from the hereditary point of view, but from the social point of view, they are the parent. Though we call them the second parents, but this parenting must be in the tone of that social parenting. Biological parenting, the different types of parenting you must have discussed. Those four types of parenting, what we call it, that disciplinary parenting or the permissive parenting or the and thirdly that uninvolved parenting and authoritative parenting. You must have discussed all those things. Those are with regard to the biological parents. But with those four types of parenting or the biological parenting, a very important role is there with regard to the social parenting, because the biological parenting is very much based on four aspects. One is the discipline style, the way the style they follow for parenting their own children, communication they make with them, the way they nurture them. So the nurturance also a very important aspect, because the livelihood is for which they are very much responsible, and the expectations. Parents have got expectations, no doubt about it. When we are going to talk about the teachers as a parent, all these things, all these four things also come into the forefront. That when we are talking about the disciplinarian style, though we feel the disciplinarian style or the disciplinarian parenting is not very much acceptable by the children, but at times it has got its own role. Though the communication system is one way completely there, nurturance is very much authoritarian, expectation is very high, but all those things should not be there with the social parent, except one very much important thing is there, that discipline. The discipline they learn from the home and the discipline they learn from the school, certainly it has got a very close relationship. In a classroom or in the school, hundreds of children are inside the classroom, around 40 to 50 students are there. And from 40 to 50 parents, the day the teacher joins the school, the next day, suppose if the strength of the class is 50, that means the next day, the teacher joins today, tomorrow, at least 150 people come to know about him. Because the 50 students when they try to recognize the teacher who met them for the first time, they have got their own assessment. You know that first that meeting has got a lot of significance. Uh, uh, One example I may give it here. There was two cocks. They meet. They start fighting with each other. In the first meeting, by chance, the stronger cock got defeated because of some reason, and the weaker cock got the victory. Then the strong one became the lifelong servant of that weaker one. He never tries to put forth his strength in front of the weaker one, because he felt I am the weaker one and he is the stronger one. The children are also just like that. That is my personal feeling. The day we meet them as a teacher or a social parent, that day itself they try to judge us. Their assessment, if as far their expectation, what is their expectation? Their expectation is the teacher must be something much better than us, beyond our expectation. Whatever we feel about our teachers so far we are meeting inside our school, this new teacher must be much better than them. That kind of feeling they do have in their back of their mind. And the first day, if the new teacher is successful to influence them, I use the word influence, successful to influence them, then next day a very good message goes to the rest 100 people. 100 people who are the minimum, the one mother, one the father. Beyond that in family, so many other people are there. I am just taking the optimum number. So these 50, parents 100, 150. That itself they are well versed with the teacher, and the poor fellow doesn't know about them. 50 students, he saw them for the first time. Very few faces he remembers, very few names he remembers on the first day, but he is well known in the society by a lot of people, which is beyond his expectation. If that day is a successful day, he is being admired. If that day he fails, he is gone forever. Very difficult to establish again. So what happens that when I am talking about the communication style of a teacher, that has got a lot to do with regard to the benefit of the students. The students, you must have seen, a teacher, whatever higher or highest qualification he possesses, or the rank he possesses in the university examination or something or like that, students are not bothered about that. Neither they understand those things. They understand how far this teacher is as per our expectation. So expectation is one of the important things. And the communication style present a very great role. It is, you must have felt in your life even, you like a person when you are satisfied with his communication style. If the communication style is not up to your expectation, it is very difficult to be close to that person. Because the way the biological parents nurture, they may be feeding them food. That is I am not talking about. Teacher never feeds them any food to the learners, but the food to the stomach and food to the brain, there is a lot of difference. Parents are mostly a supplier of food to the stomach, which makes their body well built, strong, stout, etc., etc. But the teacher make the brain of their students fill up, and they feel proud of their teacher, that this much of things I could know not from my books, not from anywhere else, because of my teacher. By that I mean here to say, it is not that teacher told everything new to the students. Teacher prior to the teacher, student, they do have uh, their prerequisites, which includes the previous knowledge they gather, not only from the book to be taught or the concept to be taught. This about same concepts, they have got so many ideas from their environment, from other books, from seniors, from peers, from biological parents, from other teachers. Certainly, they do have something in their to their credit with regard to the concept what a teacher is going to teach or what he is going to feed to their brain. If their previous knowledge has got some utility, either positive or negative, if it is based on misbeliefs or disbeliefs, gets corrected. If it is based on the real belief or the positive thinking, then it gets enriched. If their knowledge is get enriched or they get corrected or they get free from that misbeliefs, then they feel they are being properly fed. So that is the nurturance teacher does. And in the process of nurturing, the cognition of the learner became enriched. So the biological parents feed them for their biological growth and development, but the parent available in the school or the social parent feed them for the growth of their cognition, number one, for their feeling aspects or the affection, and the skills they come across they develop, who is the need for their survival in this world where they are moving around. So now the question is, nurturance when we are going to talk about, because in the school system, when we come to the schooling, the school system, school is there and schooling is there. The difference between the two you must be knowing by now, because not that you didn't know, your speakers, my previous speakers must have told you about from there you must be knowing the difference between the two. One is the process, the schooling, other is the process where the whole of the process is a takes a lively behave like a lively thing. So school is the place where this interaction takes place. So the biological parent, social parent is not like that. We always call them the facilitator, only simply because of the reason that whatever already the children or the learner they do have to their credit, that is going to be enriched. So it is to be facilitated. Teacher is not like a overhead water tank from where water will run down to the small water tanks in the form of learners, because water runs down from higher level to the lower level. It is not like that. What the behavioristic or other thinkers initially to start with they were thinking, and already it has been discussed the constructivism, where the role of the teacher is the facilitator. Not that whatever they are not having, we are going to do, put those things in front of them or before them, so they will be knowledgeable. It is not like that, but we will put them in such a way that they will feel more enriched because of our presence. Not that every line by line they want dictation from us, rather the dictation come from their own self. We have to put them in such a condition that dictation will come from their own self, because they have understood the whole thing on their own. If you remember the Bloom's taxonomy, revised Bloom's taxonomy, the creative comes last. What does it mean? It comes last with some new information or some new knowledge, not information. The new knowledge a child is capable of generating. As long as the child is not capable of generating through his cognition the new information, new knowledges for others, That means he has not accepted the social teacher as their social parent. Because teacher in the textbook, there is no difference then. Everything is there in the textbook. Everything nowadays, this computer as information and communication technology, everything, many things are available in the net. So what is the role of teacher then? Because always we say teacher is not, what we call it. Teacher is not. Uh, I'm just forgetting that word. Role of teacher is indispensable. Whatever may be the condition, whatever strong or aware or more knowledgeable we are, we need the role of a teacher. Teacher role is not just to enrich the cognition. Knowledge means I don't mean the cognitive knowledge they are going to produce, but the affection, the feeling aspect. Feeling aspect is completely controlled by the learner, and which is completely controlled by his or her cognition. Cognition, once it is enriched, it gets percolated to our heart or to their heart, from where feeling aspects emerge. For that only, same knowledge in the form of cognition gives rise to different kinds of feelings. So feelings are completely owned by the learner himself or herself. So their role of cognition is not very, role of cognition is certainly important, but these 40 students in the class or the 50 students in the class, same teacher teaches the same concepts and everyone learns the same thing by the same strategy, but everyone develops feeling in different other way. Suppose I am teaching that Archimedes principle, and while teaching this Archimedes principle, that everybody will understand that any object, any matter, certainly it occupies some space. Without occupying some space, suppose something is there, it is not a matter. But that matter, from a worldly point of view, is something, and that matter, from the abstract point of view, is something else. And from there you will be finding different kinds of questions comes to the mind of the learner. This question, if the questions comes to the mind of a learner, that means cognition is enriched. If the learner is capable of reproducing or producing the things in his own way, it does not mean that he has understood or he has internalized that feelings. I am just ending my sentence with feelings. So cognition does not very much involve the feeling aspect. So the social parent role is to enrich the feeling aspect only when it is possible that cognition and psychomotor together, they reach that feeling aspect, they feel new kind of feelings emerges or unique feeling emerges from the learner, and that is his own. So the Bloom taxonomy last one is the creative. That means the learner is now able to create something new. May not be new for the teacher, may not be new for the peers or somebody else, but is new for him or her. So the question of that schooling is dependent on, number one, the biological parents making the child capable of physically accepting, in a position to accept, to be present in the school, receive the things from the teachers. Second, the teacher or social parent who is capable of giving them the information, I am not telling knowledge here, information And third, the environment from where the child has been brought up and came to the school. And the school itself has got another source, that the peer group. See now, biological parents, then the social parent, then the environment from where he has come, the culture, the society from where he has come. Next, the peer group. So all these people together enrich their cognition, not only the teacher's teaching or the textbook. For that only we say the teacher transacts curriculum. Teacher never transacts syllabus. If a teacher transacts syllabus only, then the parenting or social parenting remains half-hearted. It is not complete, because as per the requirement of the examination or assessment of the school, of the parents, of the society, the child scored a very high mark. Achievement is very high. That does not mean that teachers are successful in their parenting, because achievement mark is no way talks about the successfulness of the teacher. We always use a word for this social parent, that is holistic development within the learner, and we say all-round development. In other words, we call it all-round development. All the time our B.Ed, DLEd, M.Ed students, they say all-round development, all-round development. What does it mean? All-round development, I am looking very quite strong and stout, and I am very handsome or beautiful to look at. I know the many things, whatever you taught to me, I can recite them like anything. All those things are there. Does it mean that all-round development has already been taken place in me? Certainly not. For all-round development, role of the biological parent is quite less, or least role of the social parent is quite high, and is very risky. If the teacher is not able to parent the children the way the society demands, I will come to the demand of the society a little bit later on. The way the society demands, then the child becomes fish out of water in the society once he completes his education. Always nowadays we say the lot of unemployment. Unemployment is a very big issue. And for employment, what do we need? Certificates. Nobody checks our affective or psychomotor domains to see how far successful we are or we are not. Everybody goes on cognition, how much I know. And how much I know when in a particular situation, facing an interview, somebody sits at the front, 4-5 people, and in front of them one poor fellow sits, facing the interview. The questions put to him by those 4-5 people, if you could answer, he is excellent. He is a genius. Though he doesn't know many things which were not known to the people, those who are in front of them. But when he is not able to respond them, he is considered as an idiot in our society, because we feel that he doesn't know anything. But whatever he knows, on that he was not tested. The basic principle of assessment, already been discussed with you, the basic principle of the assessment is we have to be assessed what we know, not that what we do not know. Whatever we do not know, what are you going to assess with me? Nothing you will get a big zero. So whatever I know, if an interviewer is not able to discover within me, he thinks whatever he feels correct, he went on asking the interviewee. So at that time, very little scope is there for judging the interviewee from the point of view of holistic development or all-round development. And because we are not able to judge those things to whom we select, many times we find that they are failure, they are misfit in the system. The major crisis in our employment world is that those who have been selected for that particular job, many of the people are misfit for that job. Though they selected successfully or they are declared they are very successful in that interview system for a particular period of time. So there the role of social teacher, a social parent, when we are going to put forth that holistic development, every teacher will teach the text or the syllabus, but very rare teacher teaches curriculum. Mind it. Very rare teacher teaches curriculum. Because as many teachers, as many curricula, though the syllabus is one. So when a teacher gives the examples of for the same concept, looking at the social background, cultural background, religion background, or the caste background, or the personal background of the learner, the environment from where he has come across, the surrounding within which he moves around, looking at everything, when a teacher went on putting the examples to make him at ease to understand a particular topic or particular concept, that time learner feels at ease with the teacher and he never forgets the teacher. He remembers that particular, he might be forgetting what a teacher, what concept teacher gave on that day, but what example he gave and why that example is so soothing and so lively, on that only he rests and speaks others. One example I will be giving you here with regard to that. In one of my visit to a school during internship period in Chaivasa, one of my student teacher was teaching states of matter. In the book it has been mentioned states of matter, the solid, liquid, gas, and examples with the figures, with the so many things they have narrated. Exactly the teacher put forth those things in front of the students, and she put forth the questions. Students could answer very successfully. All those things happened. After completion of the task, the assessment comes. They are all successful with the assessment of the teacher. So I took a chance to assess the learners. Why do you call a liquid a liquid? The water is a liquid, why do you call it liquid? Stone is a solid, why do you call it a stone? Call it a solid. What is there so that you are calling it solid, it is liquid, it is gas? States of three states that exist. The same example of water, gas, water and ice. Nobody could reply me that why a solid is a solid. Because though teacher has nicely drawn a picture of a solid with the presence of the molecules, and the molecules are present, they are closely tight, or closely a little bit loose, or there is no bondage within them, all those things are discussed. The examples were not put forth in front of them, they can release. One small example I gave it to them. I asked them that you are inside your class. Teacher is there now. What is your status? They are all disciplined because teacher is present. Disciplined, no halchal, no disturbance, very abiding, very obedient. What? It is not that teacher has tightened them by the help of a rope. Teacher is in his place, and teacher talks to them, teaches them as per his or her own style. No binding rope, no rope has been put forth with the body of any of the students to make them sit tight on their place. Second condition. Now, teacher is not there inside the class. Teacher is yet to come. Bell already rang. Students, they move around inside the class. Very rarely, all the students, they keep tight, as if teacher is inside. One moves the other, another moves the other, little bit hustle is there inside. Why is it there? Are they able to go out? They don't go out because teacher is supposed to enter to the class at any moment. So that is something, there is no such rope binding to which has been literally loosened so that they can move around inside the class. But there is something inside that. That is the presence of the teacher. The teacher's personality created such a thing that they don't venture to go out. Now the end of the school is there. The bell rang. Now the students come out of the classroom, move around, run to their home. And what happens to that binding with them? Teacher was inside the class, teacher outside the class, teacher is not there at all now. In three stages, the binding force, what is the status? So in the third stage, no binding. So the molecules, all the students, they are the molecules of that class. If a class is a solid object, they are the molecules. So they just move around, they run away. All those things happened. Teacher felt happy. My student teacher also felt happy. We all left because that was the last day of the last period of the day. After 3-4 days, again I have got an assignment to go to that class, go to the same school, to some other classes. I spent my work throughout the day inside the school. School got closed at the end of the period, last period, 4 o'clock. Again bell rang. Students came around, running around home. They are running at home. One of the students came to me and told me, "Sir, now we are becoming gas." I told, why? No, sir, we are there liquid inside the class. Our in the last period, teacher was not there. We are liquid. And now, bell rang, we became gas. We molecules, we ran out. See, they remember the example. From the example, they connect those things with the concept. So, this kind of thinking, when it comes, cognition is enriched, no doubt, in the first instance also. In the second instance, cognition enriched and it percolate to affection. One of the greatest problem in our social parenting I found with regard to many extent our teachers are successful in developing the cognition. Very little scope is there where we can blame them, they are not able to do. But we can blame them, they are not able to do justice with regard to the enrich their affection. Thirdly, their failure, so to say, some people are there, not only in the school or the after class 9 onwards, we are having the laboratory system. Schools are having laboratory or not having, but we do something, some work somewhere, not irrespective of the subject, laboratory work is there. Plus 2 level, class 9, 10 level, then degree level, postgraduate level. At all the levels, majority of the learners are weak in skills, laboratory skills. Who is responsible for this? I take this one, the complete responsibility, not on the government, not on the society, not on the biological parent, not on the principal, but on the teacher or himself or herself. They don't take care of enriching the laboratory skills. Laboratory means, I don't mean, suppose someone teaching social science, no laboratory. That kind of feeling no more exists. Now language laboratory, social science laboratory, science laboratory, mathematics laboratory, everywhere, every subject में there is emphasis from the top in your curriculum, laboratory skills. The more it is emphasized, the least it is there with our children. For which, to me it appears, from my experience, nobody other than the teacher is responsible. Social parenting is a failure in enriching laboratory skills or the psychomotor skills. Common sense, the word is a common sense. The common sense is a sense, irrespective of my background, some livelihood information must be there with me in the form of a knowledge. But many of us are lacking common sense. Many of us know little about those common sense for maintaining our livelihood or body system or something like that. Suppose some body system is there. Oh, I am not a biology student. My stomach is paining. Why the stomach is paining? Is some problem is there? Everybody say, I am suffering from gas. Gas. What is that gas? Is it that gas somebody put inside you? Where from the gas comes? Gas comes, but why there is burning sensation in your chest? It is the role of the doctor. He will say, hey, why is it so? You must understand. We are talking about the acidity. Where from the acidity come? Where the acid? Acid is such a corrosive substance. And you are telling that you are suffering from acidity. If acid falls, it will be down our body. There the skin goes. Skin doesn't exist. But inside our body there is acidity we are talking about. Oh, what is that hell, that acidity? The common sense, you ask your colleagues, very difficult. Many things. Common things comes under common knowledge. And common knowledge from the common sense. Common sense where the base is all the three: cognition, affection and psychomotor. That is the holistic development. So whatever may be the nature of parenting, the four aspects, that is the discipline style, the communication style, the nurturing style, and the expectation. Expectation, many times our teachers, many of our colleagues, they don't expect anything from the students. They say, hey, the students are not up to the mark, why should you bother about break our head? Then why are you a teacher? Whether you break your head or not, you are a teacher. You must have got some expectation. If your son or daughter, they go astray, do you say, why should I bother about? Let him or her go the way he likes. Can you escape from your biological parenting responsibility? Then how can you escape from your social parenting responsibility? You are not indifferent. As we call it, that uninvolved parenting style. The more you go higher up in the education system, the uninvolvedness will encroach more our social parenting. For that only, most of us remember our primary school teacher than the university professors. University professors do not have any, I am not telling everybody, always there is exception, always there is some good and bad, both are there. But when we try to remember, recall to which teacher I like most, my personal business, majority will come about with the name of a primary school teacher, because he has got more concern, he or she was having more expectation for our development as a whole, wholesome personality they want to see with us. But the university professor doesn't bother whether you are a good one or a poor one, or they don't bother about it in general. So social parenting has got very important role. When we talk about the teacher, you see, the designation of University of Higher Education teachers. We say higher education teachers. It is not teacher. They are assistant professor, associate professor, professor, senior professor, so many professors. But when the question of come about the other things or benefit, we are all teachers. They do not have these four style, as I told you, the discipline style, the communication style, the nurturing style, and the expectation range of expectation is quite low. Still, these are all should be very much logical and very much beneficial for the benefit of the learner. Uh, that is the role of the teacher. But they are not having the option, but they demand that they are the good teachers. I know more. I can give good lecture. I can impress you very much. Then I am a good social parenting. No, whatever I am doing here, next moment I am not there. What are you going to do with this? It is not at all a social parenting. I am not a teacher when I talk to all those things to you. I am just an informer. Priyaranjan requested, we come together. So many people I just talked to my colleagues. They gave me so many names. All of us met together and sat together and talked something to you. What happened to that to you or not, that is immaterial to us. Zero expectation, zero. So it is not that we are social parents to you. We are not. Research evidences says, with regard to parenting, biological parenting style and social parenting style, the more they are closer, the better the benefit, the better is for the learner. But you see, when you talk about the closer, we do not know who is the parents, biological parents, and parents do not know who are the teachers. Many times, parents and teachers they feel awkward to sit together and discuss about the child. Not that only the parents are responsible. Many times, so we teachers are also responsible. Many times, because both of us are not clear in our expectation level. So it is always said the teacher's teaching style, the more it matches with the parenting style, it yields a better result. So in parenting, you see, there is a presence of giving the benefit to the learner only when the biological and social parents they join their hands together. Otherwise, not. When I talk about the cognition, though many things we have discussed within that, as Priyanjan told me, that I should deal with something also with regard to the community. So when we are talking about the community with regard to the parenting, cognition, and schooling, see here let me emphasize: school is an object which or is a place where schooling process goes on, and to get this schooling process alive, learners come from the society or the community. So when I talk about the cognition, the school is capable of producing many first class students. That means the students are the product of the not only the school but also of the community. So the community creates the students or the learners, and community has arranged this a place or organization which is known as school, where some social parents are available. They may or may not be the member of that same community. They may be member of some other community, and they cannot escape their responsibility by telling that I am not from your society. I am from some other society, so I don't bother about your background or previous knowledge, whatever you have earned from your society. I remember in one case, one seminar, one of our colleague, he was also a professor. He told that he was talking about the Newton's third law of motion to the students. He went to a rural school as an expert to deal with the students. So when he talked to them with regard to the third law of motion, Newton's laws of motion, he gave that example. What is that example? That when we are flying in an aeroplane, now the aeroplane, when it is flying in the sky, when it touches the ground, it gives a jerk. What happens to you? And he told that, he gave that example, and no student could understand. How can they understand? Because in their society, none of them, neither the parents, nor the students, nor anybody, have got the experience of flying in the sky by the help of an aeroplane, which is a very regular feature for this great professor. So he could help the thought, he could find himself in a very comfortable position to select that example for Newton's third law of motion. Nothing wrong in selecting that example. But that example does not coincide with the social background of the learners. So social background of the learner is most important. So we say a child comes from the society, goes back to society. The first example I gave you, the day you enter to the class, next very day, minimum if the strength is 50, 100, minimum 150 persons from the society knows about you. They have got their own opinion about you, whether right or wrong, that is immaterial. The society is able to know immediately, though you are not the same member of the same society, but you are in charge of bringing the holistic development with the learner of that particular society. For that only, personally, I feel that an American teacher, he cannot be successful in an Indian school. Neither an Indian school cannot be successful in an American school, because our act of teaching is very much culturally loaded. The cultural loading is so much. Whenever I talk, whenever I give some example, or whenever I give some fun or merrymaking, always it is associated with my social feelings. And the social feeling for which there is no school. I have been taught. There is the informal school, that is society. Informal school, some small school, that is known as the community. And from there I learned all those things. There was no assessment given. But whatever I learned from the school for which the assessment was there, I was given the certificate, I am so and so, and I am in that kind of qualification. But for social feelings, etc., no such assessment, neither assessment, no certification was made. But it is very essential to help the learner to be satisfied from the cognitive point of view, because he is going to master those concepts on which he is going to be assessed. And when those are to be mastered, for mastering process, that is known as schooling process, he has to give in some suitable treatment or comfortable treatment where he feels motivated to learn, he develops interest to learn. Many times, in one occasion, one of my trainee told, "Sir, I am putting forth, I am from the same society, nearby society where I work. It is a private school. Their focus is on achievement. As you know, any private school in India, their wholesome focus is on achievement. How much mark you score, because they do the business. Our government is very kind enough to make the education as a business, as a factory. School is a factory. So business means what the profit they have to earn because they are producing the product. The product must be sellable in the society. How can the product will be sellable? Only when he will be associated with good high-ranking marks. The more mark he possesses, the better person he is considered. Recently you must be knowing that common all India common that medical test. I am forgetting the name on which they around 720 was the full mark. Two people score 720 and 100 people score more than 700. We are so happy. We see our students score so big mark. Can you give guarantee that after taking admission into the medicine program, they will be the super doctor of our country? No guarantee at all. At the moment we find, like our teachers, we are very much dependent on the doctors. The more we are getting advanced, the more we are getting super specialist doctors, the more you have to pay. You must be finding every day plenty of informations how the patients are being harassed in famous or great hospitals because that is also private. So the government wants to make earn money out of that. Many politicians or the few bureaucrats, they own those business. So when we are talking about the business, our focus is on product. When we talk about the holistic development, focus is on process. So community requires process, focus on process. It doesn't require the focus on product. When a child passed topper, let me say topper in public examination, it is just the society or the parent or the family, they get something extra that the child must be, is it that their expectation is getting something extra, that the child will be very good boy or a good girl? No guarantee. As you know, the topper could not say what are the subjects she was having or she was having when in her examination. But we all admire those who are the toppers. Topper means nothing other than achievement, which is which speaks of neither affection, psychomotor, nor cognition, even very little aspect of cognition. And we are talking about cognition. We teachers people see the theme we have kept cognition. We emphasize on so much on cognition, but on what do we emphasize? A very small negligible part of cognition. Rest of the part of cognition, neither we bother, nor our student teacher bothers, nor the society bothers, because society wants who has scored high, how much. At the end, we start crying, good doctors are not, good schools are not there. You see your NP, policy or NP, National Policy on Education, has talked about running crisis. To it, I have got a strong objection. It is not running crisis, it is leadership crisis. Teachers are leaders. If good leaders are there, good challenges will be there. If the poor leader is there, poor challenges. Hitler was there, for him, likewise challenges are there, or the disciples are there. Subhash Bose is there, for him, towards him, the disciples are there. So Guru always is being reflected in the Sishyas. Nothing wrong in it. It should be, it must be. But so everyone something who is the Guru doesn't have. How can the Chela do have all those things? So the community, when we talk about, we use the word. I don't know, others are not that much familiar. During my whole career, I emphasized on one word about community and school, because school School is a mini community or mini society. Whole society or community is being represented inside the school. So it is also a replica of the society. And as that the teaching act, the role of social parent is teaching. The act of teaching is one kind of social influence. In a certain way, you have to deal with them. Societal way mein matlab or means the society from where the students have come, we should teach them in such a way they will think that, oh, this is such a small thing. I know these things. I teach buoyancy, giving a practical, demonstrating in front of the students. And students still, while writing the question, what is buoyancy, they are not able to read and write. If they go get it by heart, they can write, otherwise not. Because while teaching, I am not giving them that example from my society, a rural society where students have come from. I am not giving that example. When in a pond, when we play hide and seek. And while playing hide and seek in the pond, I became more times chore or the thief, and the somebody else least time became a chore or the thief. It is simply because of the buoyancy. When they play the hide and seek, they want to dip themselves inside the water, and the one who is the one who we want to them, he closes, and when he opens, everything is water and water, and those who cannot keep them for a long time inside water, the will come out and they will be picked up. But some people, what happened to them? They want to remain inside water. They can withhold their respiration system for some more time, but water doesn't allow them to be inside the water. Water pulls them up. It's a great example. Why water wants to push you up? What is this property of water? When we discuss all those things, the students will say, oh, this is Archimedes told this thing. Oh, I know. They do not know who is Archimedes. Even they do not know whether Archimedes is a tiger or a bird or a human being or who is what. Teacher make them identify who is Archimedes. And the example he gave from their surrounding, that is more important. So school became a part and parcel of the society or community. So for that only, when a teacher teaches, make his teaching process based. That time he focuses not on the product or on the what is that concept. So we are talking about the facilitator. So we want that teacher should be a trained one. Some pedagogy must know how to put forth this concept. So social influence, seeing is social influence. These things he remembers. He puts these things looking at the learner's characteristics. So first thing comes to the teacher effectiveness. The says we emphasize on what are those qualities? The qualities of the teacher, personal qualities, his academic qualification, his professional qualification, his engagement quality with regard to his personality, to which caste or religion belongs, what kind of background he is having. All those things helps employer to put him inside the class, and the learner, the moment they put inside the class, the another variable, the learner, we come in contact, and what is their characteristics, what is their standard in the particular subject, to what kind of parents they belong, the society they belong, what is their background. All those things together we put, and school became a context. Context variable meaning. So research and context enrich the process to find put for the refined product, holistic product. So this holistic product is a societal product. Our product must be very much societal. If he is not able to be with the society, he will be in some other society who will exist in our country. He is a misfit, and a misfit person will be in the helm of affairs. Then the more damage he will do to the national system, then the benefit he can earn for the betterment of the country or the nation. Nation, when you look at, because the community, school community, the school community symbiosis. School is not there, then the community doesn't exist. One well-informed, civilized community doesn't exist. Maybe a community exists which has got no knowledge. So looking at the present juncture, the age of science and technology, we are going to produce these students who will get benefited in the school to give in return the benefit as per the expectation of the society. We call it societal expectation. So the social expectation is more important. Society has become a parent to the learners in the school system. So in school system, to make it a parent, if he is capable of doing the job, that is, if the school is there, if the society is there, there must be a school. And the society without school does not exist. This means, I mean to say, they are not in a better position to deal with the situation. The students of the society may not do anything good for the benefit.
Priya Ranjan?
हेलो मोनालिसा मैडम बोधे सुभाष सार बोधे लेफ्ट हो गले कि
हाँ हाँ लेफ्ट हो गले सेटा मु कहथली टिके तांको कांटेक्ट करले जणा पड़ंता
प्रियरंजन बाबू कांटेक्ट टे करनु ना
Hello?
yes sir.
Is it that my time is over or what?
Sir, it's almost over, but yes,
Okay.
you have left.
Because so what I mean to say that parenting, my focus is on the teachers. Schooling, the role of the teacher is very much lively if it is the schooling As far as the school, then it is welcome or it is more important. Then the cognition, as we discussed, that the cognition is completely dependent upon the schooling effect and the community to which you belong. You must be capable of doing according to this society. So what I feel with this, I stop it here. And I is there any provision of uh, getting any question answer or something like that? Feeling so much. Yes.
So
Yeah.
I would like to request if any audience is having any question, then they can please ask.
Priyaranjan,
Yes, sir.
what is that next?
Sir, next is vote of thanks, sir.
Okay. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Because
Yes.
because it got disconnected for some time, I could not know.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, take it.
Thank you, sir, for providing us such a wonderful perspective on social parenting and its effect on the development of a child, and also about the influence of community and society on a child. Thank you also, sir, for telling about sharing your real life experiences, such good examples of social parenting. We are really honored, sir, to have you today in our valedictory session. Next, I would like to request Dr. Viswajit Kamari, sir, Administrative Bursar of Brajraj Nagar College, to extend a vote of thanks. Please, sir.
Yes.
Monalisa,
Yes, sir.
am I visible?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody present in this 2-day long national webinar and seminar. Esteemed Professor Dr. S.N. Bakshi, our principal, Professor Dr. S.C. Panda, Professor Dr. Santara, and many others dignitaries present over here. I really feel proud of being assigned with the task of giving the valedictory vote of thanks to the keynote speakers, participants, organizers, parents, whose meaningful contribution and wholehearted participation made this seminar a grand success. Dear participants, you must have heard of Surya Mandir in Odisha, popularly known as Konark Temple, whose artistic ingenuity astounds visitors all around the world. Langula Narasimhadev, the great emperor, employed many artisans, sculptors in the making of the temple. But when the time came for completion or giving the finishing touch, in Odia, Mundi Mariva, the name of Dharmapada comes here, who by virtue of giving the finishing touch to the temple became immortal. Thus my task of giving vote of thanks, seemingly simple, bears a meaningful importance, since I have to recognize the contribution of so many academic giants and stalwarts gratefully who heartily contributed to the academic deliberations and fruitful, ingenious discussions. Indeed, the deliberations of Professor Ajit Mohanty, Professor Udayanath Das, Professor Nityananda Pradhan, Professor B.N. Panda, Professor S. C. Panda, Professor S.C. Panigrahi, Professor G.C. Nando, Professor R.K. Mahalik, Professor Arvind Kumar Jha, Dr. Tapas Kumar Naik, Dr. Sudarshan Santara, Dr. Tapan Kumar Basantia, Dr. Manoj Kumar Pradhan, Dr. R.C. Parwa, and Dr. Silpi Kumari, along with Madam Goramma, IP professor. Their contribution has left an indelible imprint in every listener. I gratefully recognize all your brilliant maneuvers to make this seminar fruitful. I am equally thankful to all other speakers and participants in this seminar. I am really proud of my colleague, Mrs. Monalisa Das, who has attempted to organize a 2 day long national webinar with 4 great institutions: Government ETI, EI Baripada, Department of Education, Alia University, West Bengal, DIT Mayurbhanj, and our college, Brajraj Nagar College. I am equally thankful to Professor Santra, Professor Brahma, Lipika Sahu, Devasmita Chakra Madam, Priya Ranjan Das for their wholehearted cooperation and contribution to make this seminar successful. I have given a patient hearing to all the speakers. It was indeed a delightful experience to be a part of such an ingenious deliberation. Now I am giving my own peace of mind, my opinion on the topic parenting, schooling, and cognition. Indians as we are, with a spiritual background, all of us have heard of Abhimanyu, how he responded to the dialogues between Sri Krishna and his mother Subhadra in her womb in respect of Biho, or encircling in a war, entering within, and he heard and remembered. But since his mother slept during the discourse, the child failed to acquire the knowledge of coming out of the Biho. This clearly shows how a child becomes responsive and his cognitive process is developed even in his prenatal stage. Here, hence, parents have to be careful and provide a friendly and conducive atmosphere for the growth of a child's mind. Of course, physical care every parent is careful of, but they should equally be more careful to give him a sound mental rearing and nurturing which could be effective and productive in later years. Further, regarding language, as most of the speakers have emphasized, parents must be careful to provide a friendly language as is comfortable to their children, to let him speak out his heart. There should be no burden to learn foreign language or languages which he does not approve. What is more important is to communicate. He must learn to communicate and reciprocate and assimilate, which will endow a sound potential growth of his mind and personality. Indeed, I am impressed with the deliberations of Dr. Professor S.C. Panda today, because he has given a good length elaboration and with elucidations and illustrations how biological parenting and social parenting play an important role in the making of a student, a child, and a future citizen. Thank you, everybody. Your participation has made this seminar a successful one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. This national seminar on parenting, schooling, and cognition, uh, this was uh, this was done by 4 institutions, namely Brajraj Nagar College, Jharsuguda, Government ETI Baripada, Diet Mayurbhanj, and Alia University, Department of Education, Alia University, West Bengal. It was an attempt from part of us to create a platform for thinkers, practitioners of education and other disciplines to share their ideas on different issues on parenting, schooling, and cognition. And thank you all of you for joining us and making this program successful. So looking forward for such associations in future. Thank you. Namaskar.